Robyn Brown has just been labeled the villain of season 20, and the proof stacking up against her is truly overwhelming. For years, we've seen her tears, her speeches about being a victim, and those heartbreaking moments where she asks why no one includes her. But now, fans have pieced it all together, uncovering what's really gone on away from the cameras. This isn't just wild guesses from people online with too much time on their hands. It's careful, step-by-step breakdowns from thousands of women who've paused scenes, matched up timelines, and mapped out a set of manipulation moves so reliable, it feels like it could be from a textbook. The final judgment is tough, but clear. Robyn isn't the hurt person she's shown on TV. She's the one in control, guiding things from behind while others pay the price right now. This is blowing up all over Reddit. One top comment with thousands of upvotes spells it out straight. Robyn acts like the victim to hide her own plans. The way she does it is so easy to spot once you know the signs. She storms out of family talks in a big emotional way, tears running down her face, voice cracking, looking completely broken. The cameras zoom in on her pain, and everyone watching feels awful for her. But then there's the part that often gets cut from the main show. She slips back quietly to Kody, pulls him aside, and tells him exactly how to turn his frustration toward whichever wife she's focusing on that week. The big exit is just for show. The quiet talk is where the real work happens. Let's dive into the details because this isn't loose talk. It's backed up with real examples. One person on Reddit talks about a scene where Robyn walks out of a tense family meeting on budget plans, crying hard about feeling attacked and left out. The cameras catch her falling apart in the car, making her look like someone deeply hurt. Then in the next episode, Kody suddenly won't even talk about the budget point Robyn didn't like with Mary. He's distant, shuts it down cold with no real reason given. But sharp-eyed viewers caught something the editors probably wanted to hide. There's a gap of several hours between those scenes based on changes in clothes and light. And in that hidden time, Robyn and Kody had a private chat that never aired. The end result? Mary gets shut out completely, and Robyn's worries about money turn into Kody's firm stance, presented like it's all his idea. This same thing happens over and over once you start looking for it. Another fan brings up the camping trip episode where Robyn cries about the family not having enough good time together. She pulls it off so well that Christine ends up saying sorry for focusing too much on her own kids. It feels like a real moment of opening up and making peace. But jump ahead 3 episodes, and the plan for a big family event changes out of nowhere at the last second. The new setup has Kody and Robyn showing up a day early to connect just the two of them, which means the other wives miss out on that early time to set up and bond. Who came up with this change? The cameras never show that talk, but the result is obvious. Robyn gets that special time alone, all while keeping her role as the wife who only wants the family to be closer. The discussions online are breaking down her methods with real detail. One viewer explains that Robyn's tears always follow the same 3-part setup. Part 1, she breaks down emotionally about being left out, attacked, or not understood. Part 2, a private talk with Kody that happens off camera or in quiet whispers that aren't clear to watch. Part 3, a new decision gets put in place that helps Robyn directly, but it's always shown as the best thing for the whole family. It's so steady and predictable, and it's been right there for years as Robyn built up her image as the kind, stressed wife who only wants everyone to get along. But the control goes even further than winning fights or shifting schedules. From what multiple posts are saying on the Sister Wives subreddit, Robyn has been running what fans call secret whisper campaigns aimed at slowly breaking down Kody's bonds with the first 3 wives. This isn't just reacting to things, it's a planned long-term approach that makes her on-camera tears seem like simple practice for the serious stuff happening in private. And the group of women who followed this family for more than 10 years, they're tired of acting like they don't see it all clearly. These secret whisper campaigns show just how thought out this is. Several Reddit users have begun tracking what they call Robyn's poison drip method. Once you spot it, it's hard to ignore. This isn't about one win or one change. It's about creating distance, wrapped up in worry, shared in private times meant to turn Kody against the other wives. One small doubt after another, and the show footage supports it in ways that feel really unsettling once you understand what you're seeing. Here's how it plays out. Based on notes from fans, after almost every big family meeting where things get heated, Robyn finds a way to get Kody alone for what seems like a harmless chat. Sometimes it's about needing comfort after a hard talk. Other times it's to work through her feelings away from everyone. The camera shifts, the sound fades, but the results of these hidden side talks reveal everything. In one or two episodes after, Kody's view of the wife Robyn was worried about changes a lot, and what he says sounds just like the issues Robyn brought up before, but now it's like they're his own thoughts. One fan lays out a clear timeline that's eye-opening. After a meeting on Mary's part in the family businesses, Robyn pulls Kody aside in a moment that looks comforting. She's upset, and Kody puts his arm around her as they head to their house. The full talk isn't caught, but some words come through for those listening close. I just worry about loyalty, and you can't ignore the patterns. 2 episodes on, Kody's in a solo interview questioning Mary's dedication to the family using almost the same words about loyalty and patterns. He says it like it's his own view, but it started in that side talk, and anyone watching closely knows where his new worries came from. The situation with Christine matches almost exactly. During talks about Christine wanting to go back to Utah, Robyn had several private moments with Kody that only partly show up. In one, she's touching his arm softly while saying something that makes him nod with a serious look. In another, they're walking in the backyard, her talking closely while he listens with arms folded. Most words aren't heard on the show, but right after these, Kody starts calling Christine selfish, saying she's leaving the family, that she never fully committed to their way of life. The change is big, and the timing stands out. Robyn sets the ideas in private, Kody brings them out in the open, and Robyn stays as the fair wife who only wants calm. A few users highlight that Robyn's way is straight from the book on triangulation. She hardly ever goes after the other wives openly in group talks that would make her look bad. Instead, she acts like the caring watcher, sharing her worries with Kody in close moments. She says her doubts come from love and wanting to protect. I'm just worried about you. Lets her say anything about the other wives while seeming like the thoughtful partner. And Kody, more and more cut off in his world with Robyn as his main support, takes her side as the truth and uses it against the wives she's aiming at. The most upsetting part from these in-depth posts is how Robyn supposedly takes info from group talks and turns it into weapons in her private sessions. A wife opens up about a hard time in a family meeting. Robyn listens, nods like she cares, seems helpful right then. But later, alone with Kody, that same hard time gets twisted into proof of booger issues. Christine's tiredness from handling kids by herself becomes evidence she never wanted this marriage style. Janelle's strong on her own way becomes signs she's not fully in for the family. Mary's efforts to rebuild after the catfishing mess become seen as tricks. Robyn grabs their words, changes the meaning just a bit, and passes the new version to Kody when no one else can give another side. One comment nails it. She's not just whispering in his ear, she's changing everyone else's story as it happens, and Kody believes her take because she's the only one he hears now. The distance isn't by chance. The private talks aren't random, and the steady results where Robyn's worries become Kody stands while she keeps her peacemaker role show a smart level of control that's left the Sister Wives fans shocked at how long it went on right in front of them. The crying is planned, and fans have the proof to back it up. What seems like real raw feelings on camera is actually the first step in a pattern so regular you could time it. Robyn cries. The family rushes to make her feel better, and in the mess after all that feeling, choices get made that only help her. While others are still dealing with the upset, it's control hidden as being sensitive, and the Sister Wives watchers have started following the steps with the care of real detectives. Here's the loop that keeps coming back. One fan breaks it into clear stages that show up over many seasons. Stage 1, Robyn gets emotional in a family talk, often about plans, money, or how time is shared. Her tears aren't quiet, they're big, stopping everything, pulling all eyes to her pain. Stage 2, the talk that was going on before stops dead. Whatever was being discussed, like Christine's wants or Janelle's issues, gets dropped because now it's all about Robyn's hurt and fixing it. Stage 3, and this is the smart part. In the days after her emotional time, new choices happen that fix Robyn's main worries, while the first R topic never gets finished. Let's look at real cases because the pattern jumps out once it's shown. In one meeting on vacation plans, Christine suggests a spot she checked out that excited the kids. Robyn's face drops. She starts crying, saying her ideas never count. She's always voted down. It's so tiring to feel like the one left out. Christine steps back right away and says sorry. The whole talk turns to making Robyn feel hurt. And then, as fans notice, they don't wrap up the plans that episode, but 2 episodes later, they're heading to a place Robyn had mentioned wanting to see months before. The change happened away from cameras, but the result is clear. Robyn's tears stopped Christine's push, and the final pick went right to what Robyn wanted. Another fan mentions the budget meeting that's famous for how well Robyn used tears to skip questions. The family was going over costs, and points came up about charges on the shared card that mostly came from Robyn's side. Before details could come out, Robyn's voice shakes. She says she feels attacked, always blamed. Maybe she should do her own money if they think she's so bad at it. Tears start. Kody defends her fast. The other wives say they didn't mean to attack, and the budget check ends there. The questions about charges never get answers, but Robyn turns herself into the victim of unfair looks instead of facing real money talks. The clearest sign from these fan breakdowns is what follows Robyn's emotional times in the next episodes. Cameras show her getting better, often in quiet scenes with Kody comforting her. It looks warm and caring, but then the big part in the following episode or 2, some family set up changes to help Robyn, shown as Kody's choice or just how things went, not linked to her tears. A family meet gets moved to fit Robyn's wish. Money shares shift to give her home more room. Holiday plans add what Robyn wanted. It's never tied straight to her crying, but the timing tells the truth. One comment calls Robyn's tears the button she pushes when a talk heads where she doesn't like. The emotional show stops any move forward on things that challenge her spot. It makes her seem weak instead of strong. It makes questioners look mean and gives her space to talk to Kody alone with her side. By the time things come, the choice is already made for her through ways others can't reach. What makes this work so well from women breaking it down online is that it turns something good into a tool. Sharing feelings in a family is key, but Robyn's tears aren't real dealing with emotions. They're placed just right at suspicious times with results that always go the same way. And the other wives, trained to put Robyn's feelings first for peace, have spent years being careful and dropping their own needs. When Robyn's tears start, the Sister Wives fans aren't calling it feeling anymore. They're calling it what it is: planned emotional control, shown as soft weakness. The demand to remove photos is where this shifts from emotional games to something much darker. From posts spreading with real concern, Robyn reportedly asked staff to take down family pictures of the first 3 wives from the Brown home, not move them around or add new ones, but get rid of them fully. This isn't about fresh decor or updating walls, it's about wiping out history, and it has the Sister Wives fans deeply shaken because it shows the final goal of all they've tracked. Here's what several users say based on details in episodes and supposed inside info. The Brown home, especially shared spaces where Kody and Robyn spend time, saw small decor changes over seasons. Fans paying close attention saw wedding photos with Mary, Janelle, and Christine vanishing from walls and shelves. Shots of full family events got swapped for ones with only Robyn or her front and center with Kody, while others were cut out or missing. At first, it felt like normal updates as the family added new memories, but it was too steady in one way to be random. One fan who says they know production staff claims Robyn asked for these removals, saying it was for a calmer space for her and Kody. The reason was about not being around the past and needing a place that felt like theirs, not a reminder of old ties. That might sound fair at first, but let's be real. Those photos showed true marriages, kids, years of family life. Taking them down doesn't bring calm. It rewrites the past, making Robyn the main one and others fade away. Several viewers point to episodes where you can see the changes if you watch close. In one season, a big photo on the mantle from an early camping trip with all four wives and kid shows in many scenes. By next season, it's gone, replaced by a nice shot of Kody and Robyn. In another, a haul with wedding photos from all four now only has Robyn's, made bigger and in the middle. The others aren't moved elsewhere. They're just not there. The meaning isn't hidden, and fans see it. One comment says it direct. She's not just wanting to be the top wife, she's aiming to be the only one that counts. By clearing physical signs of the other marriages, Robyn is changing the Brown family story. New people visiting would see her as the key wife, the main bond, the start of Kody's true family. The first three become small notes, their kids cut from the home story. It's mind games, hidden as home changes. What makes it so hard from women looking at these moves is that removing photos is a common way to cut emotional ties. Clearing visual reminders makes it easier to forget people, downplay their role, shrink what they gave. Mary, Janelle, and Christine aren't just losing spots on walls, they're losing their place in family records. Their marriages get treated like early steps, not worth keeping now that Robyn's here. And Kody, seeing only images of Robyn, gets constant reminders that she's the bond that matters, while others slip away. Supposed staff role adds a troubling side. If Robyn really asked household workers this, she's using her spot as Kody's favorite to control shared space without asking the others. She's deciding alone whose story gets kept and whose gets wiped through others, so she doesn't have to claim it openly or face pushback. The photos vanish quietly, and by the time it's noticed, it's done. No fight, no talk, just gone through quiet orders to those who report to Kody and Robyn's home. One sharp comment notes, when someone starts wiping proof you were there, they're setting up a future without you. The photo clear out isn't just pride or envy, it's reshaping the family story so Robyn's side is the only one. And fans seeing this recognize it as the strongest proof that Robyn isn't trying to join this shared family. She's been breaking it down to rebuild with herself in the middle and others pushed out for good. Let's step back in time, because to get how Robyn became this supposed controller, we need to go to the start. She didn't show up in season 1 with these moves like an expert. She came as the sweet younger wife who seemed truly daunted by joining a set family. The tears were there early, but they felt like real nerves, not planned acts. What fans see now, looking back with clear eyes, is that Robyn's been working a slow plan from the beginning. It wasn't a quick change. It was steady building over years, and the first seasons have all the base for what's coming out now. Let's go back to those early days with a new view. When Robyn joined in 2010, she set herself as the thankful newcomer who wanted to blend in and help what was there. She spoke highly of Mary, calling her a guide and spirit. She listened to Janelle's smart ways. She praised Christine's skills as a mom. She seemed full of respect for the women who'd made this family before her. But even then, small things stand out now that didn't seem like warnings back then. How she'd cry when Kody was with other wives, calling it her own unsure feelings instead of a pull for his time. How she'd share worries about family choices for Kody's good, not her own. How she'd sit closest to Kody in groups, a quiet claim that looked harmless but set a quiet order. The big shift began around seasons 4 and 5, from longtime fans doing deep looks back. That's when Robyn started more private talks with Kody that showed but weren't fully heard or clear. That's when her tears began getting quicker results, like changed plans or shifted focus. That's when the other wives started saying things like, "Robyn's having a hard time right now," as reason for choices that helped her most. The words changed from, "we're all getting used to it," to, "we need to help Robyn," without saying outright that the emotional work had swung hard one way. One smart comment points to the family mission statement episodes as a key turn. When the Browns worked on their shared goals and setup, Robyn cried several times about not feeling fully part yet. Her feelings took over those talks. The final statement stressed making every wife feel equal and putting first anyone having trouble connecting. It sounds good on paper, but in real life, it made Robyn's feelings the family's main focus, and meeting her needs became how they checked if they lived their goals. She basically gave herself a pass to claim hurt whenever she wanted more attention or shifts her way. The legal marriage change in 2014 was the real sign of all Robyn had built for 10 years. Kody divorced Meri, his wife of over 20 years, to marry Robyn legally so he could adopt her kids from before. The story on TV focused on the need and the kind give-up for the children, but see what it really did. Robyn got legal standing none of the others had. She became Kody's official spouse by law, with money protections and power that brings. And she did it while keeping her image as the thankful wife who didn't seek extras, even though that marriage was the biggest extra in a shared family. Many users say Kody changed clearly after that legal tie. He got more protective of Robyn, quicker to ignore the other wives' issues, more ready to put Robyn's home first. Was it the legal link that changed him? Her more private time as legal wife? The buildup of years shaping his views and quiet talks? Likely all, but the timing is clear. After the legal marriage, Kody's different from before, and Robyn's the link in that change. The pandemic years sped up all Robyn had set for 10 years. When CO rules gave Kody reason to limit house visits, he basically stayed full-time with Robyn, with only spotty time for others. The strict rules keeping him from Janelle and Christine somehow bent at Robyn's. Her tears about missing him helped keep him near, and her quiet talks about the other wives breaking rules made sure they stayed away while she had him all to herself. Looking at the whole story, one fan sums it up well. She spent 10 years becoming the one he couldn't do without, while making others easy to let go. We saw it live and thought it was just family ups and downs. Now it's clear it was a steady takeover shown as struggling to join. The control wasn't obvious because it was slow. The ways to cut off worked because they built over years, not fast. And Robyn's biggest win was making everyone, fans too, think she was the weak one, needing care. While she quietly broke every bond that challenged her as Kody's main one, the long plan worked. And season 20 is just the final part showing openly. The instant the Sister Wives fans linked it all was like a big shared realization hitting everywhere at once. What looked like separate events, clashes between people, or normal shared family issues suddenly became a clear pattern. And once one person said it plain, thousands added their own spots that fit right in. This wasn't made-up theory. It was spotting patterns at its best, done by women whose lives made them ready to see control moves on TV. Reddit was where it started, but it spread fast to Facebook groups, Twitter posts, and TikTok videos. One post that went huge called, "I finally see what Robyn's been doing and I feel dumb for missing it," opened the doors. The writer talked about rewatching old seasons after season 20 teasers and seeing behaviors she once thought were just unsure feelings were actually planned steps. Her examples covered early seasons to new ones, showing it stayed the same over more than 10 years. The comments filled with others having the same wake-up, "Oh my God, I thought I was alone in seeing this," showed up lots. These women weren't building a story. They were finally saying out loud what they'd felt deep down for years. The strength of group analysis is that different fans caught different proofs, and together it's a strong picture. Some looked at body moves, how Robyn places herself close to Kody in groups while quietly putting space between him and others. Others followed money signs and backgrounds, seeing Robyn's home always has new things that don't show in others, even with talk of equal shares. Still others made timelines of Kody's words, showing his put-downs of Meri, Janelle, and Christine match Robyn's worries from weeks before, in ways too close to be chance. One deep breakdown got big by looking only at Robyn's word patterns. The user, a therapist in family work, pointed out how Robyn often uses concern trolling. She says attacks as worries, demands as weak spots, control as caring. "I'm just concerned Meri's not really happy here." Sounds helpful, but plants doubt about Meri's stay. "I worry Christine wants something we can't give." Sounds kind, but says her needs are too much. This word look helped others spot it live, and suddenly many examples from seasons got marked in talks. The chat grew beyond just listing Robyn's acts to why it worked so long. Many said Robyn used the core ideas of shared marriage to control from inside. Shared marriage needs big emotional giving, always putting group needs over one person's, and ready to give up for other wives' good. Those are good rules when all mean it, but Robyn turned them into tools. Every time the others gave, she took more. Every time they put her first, she made that normal and asked for more. Every time they gave up for her, she used it as proof her issues were worse. Facebook groups for the show saw the same spotting in older fans. Women in their 50s, seconds, and 60s shared their own stories, like what's on screen. The work friend who cries at review time then uses that to skip blame. The pal whose crisis always hits when others have big moments. The relative who acts victim so steady that others' real needs get pushed aside as less big than her made-up ones. These women knew Robyn's ways because they'd seen them, and their life gave them the skill to spot it on TV. The spread across sites built speed. TikTok makers made videos side by side, Robyn crying about being left out in one, then clips episodes later of her getting alone time with Kody. Twitter threads gathered proof like a court case, with screenshots, episode times, and exact words that cleared doubt. YouTube talk channels that once backed Robyn or gave doubt benefit started saying sorry and relooking with new eyes. What makes this group spot so strong is it's from regular fans who've given over 10 years to this family. These are women who hoped the shared marriage would work, cheered all four wives, wanted lasting joy. They're not watching to hate or find bad guys. They're just naming patterns they can't overlook now. And their group voice is making a big change, turning what Sister Wives showed as bond struggles into something much more planned. While Robyn kept her tears and victim act for the cameras, let's pause the family talk for a second and get real about something useful. Because what fans see in Robyn's ways isn't just for TV or shared marriages. These are common control moves that show in jobs, friendships, families, and love bonds everywhere. That's why thousands of women are having those aha moments. They face the same in their lives. So here's a list of warning signs straight from what the groups tracked. See if they sound familiar. Warning sign 1. Planned showing of weakness. Real sharing of feelings is good in bonds, but planned weakness uses emotional shows as ways to direct things, not true talk of what's inside. The clue is timing and results. If tears or upset always hit when facing blame, when talks go bad for them, or before choice is not in their favor, it's not real feeling. It's a tool. And if those moments always lead to the talk stopping, the hard topic dropping, and choices turning their way, the pattern shows. Robyn cries when money questions rise and the check stops without answers. That's not being sensitive, it's a plan. Warning sign 2. Splitting through worry. Watch when someone always shares fears about others in private, not straight on. I'm just concerned about Sarah's way lately. Sounds caring to the boss, but it plants bad views without Sarah there to speak up. Robyn pulling Kody's side after meetings to worry about other wives' loyalty is classic splitting. She's not helping talk, she's owning the story, so Kody only gets her take on others. In your life, it's when someone makes you their secret sharer about worries on others, acting reasonable while slowly turning your view against those they talk about. Warning sign 3. The growing distance. Look for those who always make setups where you end up alone with them while ties to others weaken. It doesn't come from clear asks. It's through made situations that feel normal but lead to odd ends. Robyn's cries about family time lead to planned changes for her alone with Kody. Her feelings result in him staying more at her house. Her worries create tension so Kody avoids others. Each seems fair alone, but together it's full cutoff where the controller is the only steady voice. In jobs, it's the coworker needing help at lunch when you'd eat with others. In friends, it's the one whose issue hits your plans with others. Warning sign 4. Victim in public, winner in private. Weakness shown to all, then quite wins, is a sign of smart control. They look hurt and helpless to watchers, building pity and making questioners seem bad. But in alone time, they make moves that help them. Robyn sobs about being out in meetings, but private talks with Kody lead to choices for her. Public sees tears, private make results. In life, it's the coworker crying in meetings about too much, but getting best work in times. The friend always seeming hurt, but getting what they want while others give up. Warning sign 5. Wiping hidden as choice. When someone steadily clears signs of others' importance while lifting their own, They're changing history to center them. Robyn asking to remove photos of original wives isn't decor, it's wiping. In work, it's taking credit for group work while shrinking others. In families, it's retelling stories to cut others' parts while growing their own. Goal: make their story the only one remembered. Warning sign 6, the crisis loop. See, if emergencies always match times when focus or help would go elsewhere, your big work week is when they break down. Another's win is shadowed by their urgent need. Every time you confront, something makes you the bad one. Not luck pattern. Robyn's upset hits when others push needs or she faces questions. The maid crisis pulls all to her feelings while the first issue fades. Warning sign 7, the key one. Trust your inner sense when something feels wrong, even if you can't say why. The women on Sister Wives didn't have control guides while watching. They felt off for years before naming it. That sense is real and worth it. If behavior makes steady unease, if you change to avoid their reactions, those are clues to check. You don't need big proof to trust yourself. The Sister Wives group is doing key work by mapping these so clear, giving words and setup to things many women know but hard to name. Whether Robyn Brown controlling a shed family or someone in your life with like moves, the patterns show once you know. Spotting them is first to stop joining your own control. The saddest part of this whole pattern is seeing the 3 original wives slowly get what's happened. Mary, Janelle, and Christine didn't just decide one day to leave their shared family. They were pushed out over years through moves so slow and sneaky that when they saw the full thing, their bonds were already broken. And signs of their growing understanding are all through recent seasons for anyone watching their expressions, hearing their words, and knowing the language of women who finally named the control they faced. Christine was first to say it clear, and her leaving started the others' shared wake-up. In her last season, she stopped vague talk about hard times and named exact acts. She said Kody's pandemic rules were different per house. She noted her issues got brushed off, while Robyn's got quick yes. She saw she tried for years to be enough giving, understanding, but it never worked because the bar kept shifting. That's talk from someone who sees they're not failing fair goals. They're in a setup where goals are made impossible because being out is the aim. Watch Christine's solo talks in her final episodes with this in mind. She's not mad in a wild way that's easy to ignore. She's showing the deep tiredness of someone done trying a puzzle not meant to solve. I Can't Make Him Love Me isn't just romance. It's seeing no effort will change an end set by another's plan. Christine saw Robyn had full access to Kody, that she was now a duty he disliked, not a valued wife, and fighting for little bits wasn't a bond worth keeping. Janelle's wake-up is softer, but just as telling if you watch. She's always been the practical, on-her-own wife who didn't need steady, feeling support from Kody. That kept her safe at first from Robyn's worst since she wasn't fighting for the same. But see her words change in new seasons. She starts saying she feels like an outsider in her family. She talks about begging for Kody's time. She notes she's basically a single mom while still married. Janelle, seeing her on her own way, once fed for shared marriage, has been turned against her. Robyn showed Janelle's strength as proof she needed Kody less. Kody used that to ignore her, calling it respecting her space. The most heart-wrenching path is Mary's, who spent years rebuilding after the catfishing hurt her trust and gave Robyn lasting ammo. Watch Mary's face in group times recent seasons. She's not joining talks like before. She's watching, thinking, seeing the full game after being played for years. When she says she feels Kody's been over her for years but couldn't say why, she's talking the feel of being cut out while blamed for it. Robyn's quiet campaigns on Mary's loyalty let Kody pull back fully, saying Mary's acts justified it. Many Reddit threads look at moments where the original wives' understanding shows on camera. One user put together clips of Christine, Janelle, and Mary sharing looks in meetings when Robyn cries or Kody repeats clear Robyn points. Those looks say whole talks, women seeing a pattern together, quietly knowing what they see. In one strong moment on Fair Timeshare, Robyn starts crying about feeling judged, and the camera catches Janelle's face before she hides it. For a second, it's recognition, upset and giving up mixed. She knows what's coming. The talk will stop and fighting won't help because the end is set. The words all 3 use in leaving talks have like themes, which fans say mean something. They all talk feeling efforts not valued. All say realizing they couldn't match someone with full access and sway. All mention years figuring their wrongs before seeing the setup made them fail. That same talk isn't chance. It's when many face same control and finally have words for it. Several therapists and abuse helpers have shared on the subreddit saying what the original wives describe matches how survivors wake to control. It's not sudden, it's buildup of proof against the story of their own lack. Christine, Janelle, and Mary were told their bond struggled because they didn't try hard, weren't true to shared marriage, didn't give enough to Robyn as new wife. The break comes realizing no try would change because someone sabotaged while acting as the only wife committed. The most sad from longtime fans is the three tried warning each other subtly over years. Moments where Christine points unequal treatment and Mary defends Kody. Scenes Janelle says feeling out and Christine says probably not meant times. Mary worries on family ways and Janelle says give time. They saw bits at different times, but Robyn's control was good enough they couldn't line up until damage was huge. When all three saw the same, their bonds couldn't be saved. And Robyn stayed Kody's top, keeping her loyal wife image, who wanted family to work while the base fell apart. The Sister Wives fans have gone from just watching to a group force calling for answers. The change is amazing to see. What began as light talks on family ups and downs has become a united push from women done acting like control is just people clashing. They're not asking for end or bother. They want truth, clear view, and naming patterns there for years. Their group voice makes pressure hard to call just online mess or mix-up. These are true fans who've given over 10 years using that to ask for better. The support shows in cool ways across sites. Facebook groups once arguing nicest wife now back the three originals and hold Robyn to her acts. One group, over 50,000, changed its info to say room for spotting control and helping women cut out. Post after post has women sharing their like stories, backing each other's views, refusing to doubt what they see on screen. The group backing fights the alone feel control needs to work. Reddit threads are now learning spots, sharing pieces on splitting, emotional control, cutoff, ways with sister wives looks. One big upvoted post, why we need to stop calling this drama and start calling it abuse, started talks on words used. The writer said, calling it jealousy or wife fights shrinks the planned side of Robyn's acts, making it seem normal bond issues, not steady control. Comments agreed. Words matter for how serious it's taken. Naming it psychological control to cut off and direct changes how we see the family fall. Twitter tags like #WivesTruth and #Robyn Accountability go big now. Users posting side shots of Robyn's mixed words. Time compares showing pattern video sets on how steady her tears bring good ends. The tags aren't just bad talk, they're records. These women build a collection of proof harder to ignore as it grows. One person spotting can be overdue. Thousands seeing same with exact cases is real info. The group has also come together for the three originals in ways showing true care, not fan overdue. When Christine said leaving response was joy and push on, not shock or judge. Comments praised brave backed choice, shared help for women leaving hard bonds. When Janelle showed pulling away, fans cheered, made spaces for talking hard of ending long marriage. From Mary in between, struggling decide. Group gives time and get it, not push. Knowing leaving control isn't simple as outsiders think. Several online groups have set real actions showing how serious this call for answers is. One Facebook group did letter send to TLC asking season 20 face control patterns direct, not frame as natural bond change. Another made petition for show clear on what's cut versus aired, saying fans deserve know if edits protect Robyn by dropping her private Kody talks. These aren't light fans angry tweeting. They're planned from women-knowing media-shaped story, wanting it used right. The call for answers goes to Kody too, not just Robyn. Many threads look at his part as active, not just Robyn's target. One big post breaks how Kody gains from setup getting full to favorite without ending other marriages and facing shared family fail. Another looks how his words on other wives match Robyn's worries so close he's either controlled or choosing her story for his good. The group not letting him hide behind Robyn made me holding him for choices, willing to drop 3 long bonds for fourth's ease. What makes this push strong is no usual TV poison. Sister wives groups have rules against body talk, look bad, or hits on Robyn's kids. Focus stays on proven acts, clear patterns, impact on others. Tap that like button, hit subscribe, and keep those notifications on, because this story is far from over. A fresh video is already queued up, and something tells me the next round of Sister Wives revelations will be even juicier than the last.